USA Automotive Reviews, and today we have here the Bronco. Now, you ever heard of the Bronco Nation? Well, it's a website that describes itself as an enthusiast community, yet it's not independent as some may lead you to believe. Uh, Marketing agency Jackson Dawn runs it on behalf of Ford to hype up the mid-size utility vehicle. Now, in three videos, at the end of the story, Bronco Nation showcases the newcomer in 2 and 4 door body styles in off-road situations, out in the woods, in the mud, and on the wet trails. Now, the Ranger-based SUV seems to handle its own pretty good, and if you look closely, you'll also notice that all of them are validation prototypes. And you look closer and you'll spot a pair of Jeeps. Now ask yourself, what are the JL and JLU doing there alongside Ford engineers and test drivers in the Bronco? Indeed, the blue oval is pretty much implying that the Jeep Wrangler has met his match. Georgia Clay doesn't stand a chance against the Bronco. And it's also easy to notice how the inside rear wheels lock up while the front wheels keep spinning to reduce the turning radius. Toyota has a similar system in the Land Cruiser called turn assist control, activated by the crawl control mode. Needless to say, the Jeep Wrangler doesn't have such a system. Not even a Rubicon. And there's something else that Ford may do better than Fiat Chrysler off-road legend. Remember the 7-speed manual rumor? Word has it that the Bronco will get a granny gear transmission and for serious rock crawling capabilities, but no official confirmation has been given yet. The rumor also encompasses the engine bay of the Bronco, as previously expected with the 2.3 liter EcoBoost and the 2.7 liter EcoBoost. Now, the midsize SUV and Raptor guise is expected with the 3.0 liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6. The all-aluminum engine is an evolution of the 2.7, introduced in 2020 model year in the Explorer Aviator with 400 horsepower and 400 PS on deck. Now, if we look at the Ford Bronco, it was subject to rumors for years, but Ford Bronco is set to return in the 2021 year. Now, the first Bronco came to life back in 1966. And this right here is when we're talking about the this right here is where we're talking about the gears. But let's talk about the back to how the first Bronco came to life in 1966. Stay on task here. And then and they bowed out of production in 1996. An SUV before SUVs were a thing. And over multiple generations, it grew quite a bit size and became a vehicle you were more likely to see in shopping malls than crawling over boulders. It didn't have that reputation. The 2021 Bronco is going to return with the original Jeep rival. That's who it's going to rival. Now, the Bronco is going to be smaller and tougher and more capable. and that's according to experts. Now, the 2021 Ford Bronco is going to be, of course, a twin under the skin with the Ford Ranger, and we all know that, anticipating that. Mid-sized pickup truck uh, returned to the U.S. in 2019. Um, Underlying platform, body to frame design, known within Ford as the T6, and largely developed by the Ford Australia outpost. Ford Ranger introduced outside of the United States in 2011. The Ranger is essentially an updated version of the earlier Ranger. Let me know the platform of the Ford Bronco, but we have to compare it to this. I mean, with this manual transmission in this 7 crawl gear, it's just going to be awesome. It's going to put it on the map. We talked about the specs in the last video of the manual transmission. Alright, and how it has the crawl gear. And this is going to make a difference, folks. It's going to really make a difference. Maximum torque 7,000 nanometers. It looks like 580. I don't want to make it any larger, because if I do that and then it doesn't go, I won't be able to go to the next slide. So I'm just going to leave it like this so you guys can just take a look at it. And if you want to look at more specs, you can take a look at my last video where I do the video on the 7 gear. High speed torque capacity at low weight. You ready? The start and stop gear. Flexible gear ratio speed. This is definitely it's going to be a bad mama. And this is more on the crawling gear as well. 690 meters maximum torque, and the length and all the max gear ratio and the weight, and what it can pull and everything else, folks. And this is a baby in the Jurassic Park gear. And these are all renderings in these two. And this is the baby for real, live. Now this is his competition. Now this right here is the Rubicon. Now, if we look at this one, of course, the FCA design, the Jeep Wrangler. I mean, it has like a coming core as to be the signature off-roader SUV, and it's off the chains with this specs, and this is going to be the competitor going up against the Ford Bronco. And what to expect. And basically what happened is that the Ford engineers went out and they took it out, and they're just showing how this car is going to, how the Ford Bronco is going to outdo this Jeep Rubicon that you see here. Have the Jeep Wrangler can scale physical mountains. It's got a very dressy look, an all body color treatment, and hard top, a removable top, flares, exterior mirrors, door handles, many different colors, And these are the things that the Jeep Wrangler are going to be going up against. As you can see, this would be off of chaining. This would be a great experience. This is the back view of the Jeep Wrangler. It's going to be a beast. It's definitely a beast. I mean, these cars have full leather, luxury interior, leather wrapping dashboards, center console, door panels, seats swathed in quilted napa leather. Color options include black and steel gray. Even the blue that you see here. 8.4-inch infotainment display, Alpine premium radio, 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, automatic high beams, navigation, hands-free keyless entry, blind spot monitoring, rear cross path detection, park view, rear backup cameras, dynamic guard lines. We expect all these options to be in also the Bronco as well. And it's going to be priced competitively, especially with the Bronco starting at $30,000. These prices for the Jeep Wrangler can go up in the 70s depending on what you get on it. I mean, these things have the 33-inch Falcon wide pack all-terrain tires with tread patterns that continue wheel and sidewall. Track transfer case selected for taller or low ratio gears. Third generation Dana 44 front and rear axle. Sports a 4.10 to 1 axle ratio. Standard electronic locking rear differential. The ratios that permitted lock differential at low range, running at speeds up to 50 miles per hour instead of the Rubicon 30 mile per hour type speed. So ground clearances on these. The suspension is lifted an inch, for added jounce travel on the heavy end of the truck. It's about half an inch higher overall than the Gladiator Rubicon. The rears and raised and the overall ground clearance is at 11.6 inches. Standard front pit skid pad plate, which is in silver. Suspension is tuned sportier to where it provides quicker reactions. So when bounding through the desert, the driver can swiftly correct the vehicle path to avoid an obstacle. Much nimbler speed. So this is what it's going to be going up against. Overall, this is some stiff competition, folks. Very stiff competition with the but the Bronco is going to end up coming on top. We'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This AO Automotive Reviews. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.